there was some person that doubted your earning potential.
As I was going through my interview process, this guy who was interviewing me, after the second round, he basically told me, because he wanted to hire me, but he told me he felt like the position, I wouldn't be, qualified for it. So I'm like, well, how much is it? He goes to tell me it's like $50K, but he told me I'm not worth $45K at the time. I said, I have a whole software engineering degree, so how are you going to tell me I'm not worth that?
What was that next step? You know how it's like, you in your career, you making this money, it's like, then you hit this like big jump.
My big jump was when I started working at PayPal. That's when I got my big jump. And I was like, oh, PayPal paying. Then I was like, oh, we got State Farm too? Oh, we got this other bank company too? Keep in mind though, non-compete wise, they were not in the same industry. I had all those, and at that point I was bringing in $30K a month. So I was like, okay, and this was consistent for like a whole year and change.
Yo, got to get the energy all the way up. Welcome back to the TechTual Talk podcast. Well, I'm your host, HD. It's episode 126, and we got a lovely guest for you guys today. This guest was actually my first pilot guest on the TechTual Talk. Well, at the time it was called Let's Talk Tech. 3 years ago, almost 4 years ago. You might have seen her on Instagram, posting her reels, trying to show you how to be a beast at tech contracting and really get the bag. But we have none other than Miss Justice Devon here with us today. And she came to rock out with us tonight. But if you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, please follow us, leave us a review, help us out in the podcast analytics. And if you are watching us on YouTube, please hit like, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you can be notified when we're dropping everything. And also, look, before we get into the video, y'all need to subscribe to the Patreon, because how I get y'all this good quality content is because y'all help me out. So y'all want to hear this stuff? Subscribe, donate, whatever you can. I got you. But, Justice, what's good? It's been a minute since they seen you on TechTual Chatter.
It has, and I'm excited to be here in the physical, you know what I'm saying? Because At first we was doing it virtual back in COVID.
No, funny, now I just think about it, everything was different then.
Yeah, it was.
My name was Techno Chatter at the time. Mm-hmm. But my lawyer was like, yo, if your company is textual consulting, why just not have everything textual?
Right.
It's all textual.
I like it.
I'm putting that on the shirt.
You should, because I'm here for it.
But, so guys, for y'all don't know, I'm going to give you a little backstory of like how I had to, it took, like, first of all, she's still so busy now. Back then, I think I saw her content. I don't know, like, y'all remember, look, y'all always doing the Don't Rush challenge.
No, we were. That's how I started.
Yeah.
I started from the Don't Rush.
I'm trying to really remember how did I find you. I think I just was like looking like YouTubers or tech or whatever. Remember, it was a boom of people making content in 2020.
Yeah, it was.
So I saw you and I was like, okay, does she got any contact information? I sent you an email. And I think we finally like got on a Zoom or something.
Yeah. And
that's when we scheduled it. And I think at that time I was out here. And then when we did it, I actually was in Bossier City for a little while because I had just moved back for a little while. My little girl was like very little. She turned 1 the next year. So I had moved back to be closer to her.
Right.
But I remember that we were struggle streaming.
We were.
My camera was going out. I didn't have the dummy battery. And so it kept on running hot. And so it was a lot of stuff to learn with the content.
Yeah.
And then I think you had to switch your camera at the time.
I did, yeah.
But yeah, it was good. I think we came a long way. But for those people that never watched that stream, you ain't really got to watch it. I mean,
please don't.
It ain't the best, but it's just us learning stuff. But
yeah.
It's pretty much 4 years later. Everybody's grown so much since then. Yeah. You was like a baby then.
I looked like a baby, but I was handling big business at the same time.
You was like, how old you was back then?
I don't remember. I don't remember how I am now.
Okay. Anyways, can you introduce yourself to our watchers and our listeners?
Yes, most definitely. So, hello, everybody. My name is Justice Devon. I am a UI UX designer. I've been in the industry for like a decade, and I'm glad to be here.
Okay. So, also the funny thing is, y'all, look, this is not my city. I'm not from Dallas, but y'all know she was in the area for like some months, and I didn't even know.
Oh, yeah.
I found out randomly, like, she was in Dallas, and I was like, when did you move out here?
I didn't tell anybody.
Yeah.
I just literally packed up and I left. I didn't tell nobody, except for my best friends. They knew I was coming, but that was it.
Yeah, we'll dive into that a little later. But so you're originally from where?
Albany, Georgia. So that is by Tallahassee, Florida. So shout out to 229. And then I moved to Atlanta in like 2015 to attend engineering school. So
Okay. So since you said you grew up in Albany, and you said it's close to Tallahassee, what's your favorite T-Pain song?
of course, buy you a drink, duh. That was the bop back then. Like we liked that song. We played that more than any song he ever had.
I think it is the bop, but you know what's a bop?
What?
Bartender.
Bartender is a bop.
When Bartender come on, people get active.
Yeah, bartender is a bop. You're right. But you gotta think about it. I was like in middle school ish, so I didn't know what a bartender was.
Yeah, I was in.
So
I think I was in. I might have been 8th grade when I'm in love with a stripper drop.
No.
But yeah, I was a freshman when Buy You a Drink came out.
Oh really?
I'm like, hold on, what he talking about? 150 a shot, 1 for you, 2 for me, or whatever he's talking about.
Yeah.
Louis went, whatever he's talking about. Like, I was like, I don't even know what he's talking about, but it sounds good.
Right. That is crazy. That's insane.
Them was the good days right there. But so, first of all, what made you? I guess so. You said you moved to Atlanta. So when you moved to Atlanta, is that where you went to college at?
I did. Yeah.
And I know it's kind of like social engineering, but like, what school did you go to?
Okay, so I started out at Darton State. That was like a trade school. Then I transferred to Southern Poly University. That was in Marietta. It was an engineering school. It was known for like software engineering, computer science, electrical engineering, all that good stuff. Then they had a merge where you are merged with Kennesaw. So Kennesaw bought Southern Poly. So I was stuck in the merge, and I had to take extra classes because of the merge. But I graduated from Kennesaw State because they bought Southern Poly. So I graduated from Kennesaw State, yeah.
Yeah, I think I had some clients that went to Kennesaw State.
Really?
Yeah.
It's good for business. It's a great business school.
Yeah, I want to say one of my first clients, shout out to Sierra, I believe she went to Kennesaw State. I hope I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
It's
a good school.
It's been a while. But, so when you went into college, did you know you want to do UI UX?
No.
Yeah, I figured that.
I did not.
Because funny enough, me and my friend Eric were just talking about how asking a 17, 18-year-old to go to school and say what they want to do for the rest of their life is a tough decision.
It is, yeah.
And most people change their majors at least once while they're in school.
I changed mine like twice.
Okay, so what was the first major?
The first major was information and technology. And I did that at the trade school. And then when I pretty much left the trade school and I came to Southern Poly, they gave us options. So I took computer engineering, not knowing it was hardware. So I'm over here soldering. I'm doing electrical stuff. Everything electrical. All my classes are electrical. And I'm like, I don't like this. This is not for me.
Oh, so you know a little something.
Oh, yeah, I know. Because, see, the cool thing about Southern Poly was we was also able to do academics and also still do hands-on work. So we didn't just have to wait our 2 years. We could actually still do our work and also still have our academics. So I was still, like, soldering and learning about, like, machines and putting circuit boards together, and I was like, this is not for me. This is not what I wanted. So I went to my advisor at the time, and I asked her, I said, hey, what is something I can do that makes me a lot of money, but I don't have to do anything hardware? I think I want to switch to software. She said, you can do either computer science or you can do software engineering. I'm like, what is that? So I went home, did my research, and I literally looked, and I saw software engineers making the most money. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to get a degree in software engineering. So I actually switched my major, and I had to switch all my classes. And I was taking all the classes for software engineering, like Java, C#, C++, gaming classes, learning Unity and stuff like that. So I did that, and I was like, man, this is a lot. I don't know if I like this either. So literally my senior year, y'all, I kid you not, my senior year, I had a professor. She was a Russian professor, and she was teaching UI UX. I would literally go to the class, not even learn anything. I would just go and chill because I'm like, I don't care what this is. I don't want to know what this is. So she failed me. So she made me stay back. She was like, look, I'm about to give you an eye for incomplete. I'm going to let you make this up during the summer if you want to. But you need to actually learn this stuff because I feel like you have the potential. You are a woman in tech. There's not that many of us at this school.
So she was a black woman?
No, she was Russian.
You could be a black Russian.
Shut up.
They got white Russians.
But she's a white Russian. She was a white Russian lady. And she's now the dean. I think she's now, I know she was before or whatever.
You stepped on my daiquiri joke, too.
I know. I peeped it. But you're funny. We're not talking about that right now. But yeah, no. She was a white Russian lady, and she basically told me I have a lot of potential. She said she sees the value in me. So yeah, she held me back, and she made me do the whole class over the summer. And then over the summer, I had to learn everything about UI UX. And I was like, whoa, I kind of like this. I think I'm interested. I think I want to do this for real. So I asked her, I said, well, what career can I do in this? And she was telling me my options. And so she was like, well, basically you're about to graduate because it's your last semester. Well, the upcoming semester was my last semester. So she was like, if I were you, I would just take a boot camp. So after I graduated and got my degree in software engineering, I took a boot camp. And I took a boot camp at General Assembly for UI UX. And that's how I got started.
Okay. So you really got skills.
Oh, yeah, I got skills. I just hide them, but I have them.
So let's revisit some stuff about college, because you went through that pretty fast.
Yeah.
Being a black woman in a technical curriculum, before I say film, say curriculum, were you like the only one in all your classes?
It was a couple. It was like 3 of us. Okay. Yeah, because me and a girl who I used to pay to do my homework, she was she was there. Shout out to Sierra. I miss you, Buki. But yeah, she was there and another girl. So we all graduated at the same time because we was all already like aligned in all the same classes. So it was 3 of us, 3 black girls.
Okay. But so were you aligned? I know you said one of them did your homework. How was it like with the guys? Like, you know how they do, like, if you meet somebody on campus, oh, what's your major? I'm sorry, you know how to code and this and
no, it wasn't like that.
Okay.
The guys was mad cool. Like, even some of the guys from college, I still talk to them to this day. Some of them even taking my boot camp right now.
Okay.
But yeah, we're cool. Everybody was really nice. The professors was nice. I didn't have any issues. The only time I had an issue with one professor because he kept telling me, "You bringing too much pink in my classroom." And so me bringing too much pink in the classroom, I was like, I'm a girly girl. Like, what you expect? I'm gonna bring pink. So other than that, that's the only issue I had for real. Besides the school.
He definitely wasn't a Kanye fan. So, what made you want to take a boot camp, and then? Okay, let me actually do 2 things. What is UI UX? And then what made you want to do a boot camp and get into UI UX?
Okay, cool. So UI UX, we're going to start with UX first because it's always good to start with it first. User experience. UX is pretty much the experience where you're pretty much you're working with your users, you're working with the people who work with an application or a product, and you're understanding their journey, their process, why they're doing what they're doing, why they have these many clicks, or why they're, confused on a certain path of their journey of a user experience. UI is the visual, it's the aesthetics, it is the components, it's the user interface that you see today on your phone, your iPad, your computers, anything that you're dealing with it has a button, some screens, and some visuals and some colors, that's UI.
Okay. Cool. So, because when you think about it, I would say UI UX is pretty niched. Mm-hmm. It's not something you hear. Like, think about how many people you ever interact with and say, "Oh, I do UI UX."
It's rare. I hardly see people still to this day that do it.
Right. I think, if I'm trying to see memory serves me correct, I think even when you told me that, I really didn't know too much of it. Well, I think I have a younger cousin who's into all that type of stuff from the UI UX standpoint. He's super smart.
Yeah.
And then outside of that, I think the only other person I saw on YouTube was Anton Daniels. I think he used to do UI UX at a bank. I think I was telling you about that. I said, you should go on his show.
Oh, really? Yeah, you did. I'm thinking about it. Yeah, you did.
She ready to come to Detroit and get on the show.
Oh, he's in Detroit? I've never been there before.
Yeah.
That's a bet.
I want to go to Detroit too, though.
We can go together.
Motor City.
Yeah, explore business-wise for sure. I'm down with that. I want to go see Motown.
I want that wouldn't be too bad. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't mind going to a Lions or a Piston game. I
don't know about no sports. I don't even know who that is.
The Pistons are the basketball team. The Lions is the football team.
You know what? I think about it. I think I dated a guy that told me he played for the Lions. But
I mean, we could play for the love of justice at the end.
Oh, no. That's a horrible thing. You don't want to do that.
So, after you finish the boot camp.
Correct.
What happens then? What happens next?
So, I took the boot camp at General Assembly. Keep in mind, I had already graduated and got my degree in software engineering. So, I graduated May of 2018. I took the boot camp literally the end of May. As soon as I graduated, I took the boot camp. I was there for like 3 months. So, I did a part-time cohort at General Assembly because I was like, I don't need to do a full-time. I already took the elective in class. I don't need all that. I just need a part-time so I can get started. After I graduated from General Assembly, I did not get a job. So they have recruiters there that like work at like Home Depot and all that good stuff, but I didn't never get an opportunity. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna create my own opportunity. So what I did was I started building my own websites and like projects and case studies, so that way I can get noticed in the industry. So I pretty much created a fake scenario. So like, for example, like a Nike but yeah, like Nike and like anything that's doing with like e-commerce. I did a GovTech project, and then I did something with like finance. So I had 3 different case studies on my portfolio, so that way I can view it and show other people. So my portfolio ended up getting picked up by a GovTech company. They was a startup, and they literally loved my resume, and it was very pink. When I tell you I had everything pink on that resume, but they loved the creativity of it. So that's how I got my first job, and my first job was a GovTech job.
Are you like a Cameron fan?
Cameron what? Because it's pink? You got a lot of jokes, but I do like Cameron, actually. I love the pink Range Rover he had and the pink fur coat, so I guess.
I think we missing some stuff. Now, I remember there was some person that doubted your earning potential.
Yes, I did skip over that. Okay, yeah. So as I was going through my interview process, this guy who was interviewing me, after the second round, he basically told me, because he wanted to hire me, but he told me he felt like the position, I wouldn't be, qualified for it. So I'm like, well, how much is it? He goes to tell me it's like $50K, but he told me I'm not worth $45K at the time. I said, I have a whole software engineering degree, so how are you going to tell me I'm not worth that? And my advisor basically told me I could start out making like $70K. So it doesn't make sense to me. So yeah, he tried to belittle me, and then he called me back like a year later, and I'm like, no, the price went up. So it's not the same. Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Hey, that's funny, because oftentimes in these interviews, these podcast episodes, I've had stuff, especially with Black women, a recruiter always hating or trying to tell them they should be glad they got offered the money, or this is what you're going to get. And I really think it's because that recruiter probably wasn't making no money. So
exactly. And that's normally what happens. Yeah, like when a recruiter is... See, here's the thing with recruiters. They're either going to be happy for you, or they're just doing it for the paycheck. So at that time, I realized the recruiter I was dealing with was just there for the paycheck. He wasn't very content with what he was doing. He wasn't happy with life. That's how I take it, how he was acting. And then I have recruiters who don't make a lot of money and still do it, for the love for helping people. Because there's plenty of recruiters I know that don't make that much, and they still get a lot of people a lot of gigs and, like, jobs. So it just depends on what kind of recruiter you're working with, honestly.
No, I agree. Yeah. You can tell the ones that want to help and the ones that's kind of BSing you.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell people this, too, and companies, if you ever watch this, your process sometimes can make or break what type of good candidates you may get to apply to your company.
Yeah.
I love to tell people about companies I've had great experiences with. I was like, they whole recruiting team, they dope. The interview's dope. Everybody's cool. I like the interview. They not trying to grill me. They want to see who I am as a person. They're going to ask me stuff relevant to the role.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's trash, I'm having to call you 5-7 times to check you down. You're not responding to emails, all this other stuff. If you're not prioritizing me, I'm not going to prioritize you.
I don't even track down recruiters.
Right.
I don't even do a follow-up. Because I feel like if you already know my worth and you know I'm valued, why would I do a follow-up? Recruiters that really want you, they will blow your phone down.
Yeah.
They will call you every day and do a check-in with you every day. I've never had it where I blow a recruiter down and be like, oh, well, did I get it? Have you heard it? Update? Yeah. No, because I know my worth in the industry, and I know what I bring to the table. And I'm like, okay, cool. It's either it's meant to be or it's not, and I keep it pushing.
Yeah.
All that, hey, I'm about to call and send you a follow-up email for what?
Yeah. I think, so in my case, it's not, my stuff is sometimes if I got multiple processes going on,
yeah,
and I preference one over the other, I'm just trying to see, what's going on. Like,
that's understandable.
Yeah, because I had a situation, I told you about that. I'm not going to say it on here. But I had a situation when I was like, y'all is number one. I ain't really heard nothing back from y'all, but I really preference y'all over these people, but this is what I got going on. And I use that as leverage, because like, if you really like me, it's like, you know how it is.
Yep.
A dude, you like. And then,
especially if they stuck between candidates, then it's a little tricky. Then, okay, then I understand, okay, cool, let's do the check-in, let's see what's going on if you stuck between two candidates. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I get that.
Or they already knew who they was going to hire anyway. They just been wasting your time. So.
You know what's so crazy? I had something happen like that recently, and I was the person they knew they was going to hire. They literally put me through, 4 to 5 rounds just because of protocol. And they was like, well, we already knew from day one we were going to hire you. We just had to go through everybody else just because. I'm like, so y'all basically just wasted my whole month.
But see, at least they went through the protocol with everybody else. I had situations where they already pretty much hired somebody and they still putting you through. It's like, I need to get paid for the time I wasted for you.
No, and that's a fact. I agree. Cause let's be clear. There's been times I have not always got every interview. So there's been times I'm like, okay, cool. We just did 5-6 rounds. What are we doing?
Right.
Or did I get it or did I not get it? But I don't know. I just feel like, especially when they stuck like that, it's a hard decision because you got 2 good candidates there. And then on top of that, recruiters are like kind of stressing because they're like, okay, well, my candidate's good and my candidate's good. So they're trying to also upsell you. So I don't know. It's a little tricky.
It is tricky. Then sometimes it's like, as the candidate, you're like, all right, this thing went that hard. I don't know what they gauging.
Exactly, yeah.
I've been through that too. So I was like, I think I sent one email one time like, yo, hey, the interview went that hard. Like, hey, could you tell me? I ain't pressed, but could you tell me, like, what is they fixating on? Because I had an interview with a former company.
Yeah.
And when we was interviewing, I'm telling them about stuff they can go verify that I did when I was there.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, is they trying to get one of their friends in or what's going on? Because I'm like, anything I just said to you, you can go verify.
Yeah.
With the actual client that I was talking about.
Right. So
that's why I was like, okay. It is what it is. Y'all weren't really paying enough anyway, but I really liked y'all a lot, and I wanted to come back and do something there. So that was kind of like my thoughts about that. But so you get your first GovTech job, and I want to say that's where you were working when we met.
In 2020?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just leaving there.
You was going to like the Christmas parties and all that. And stuff
I had left the company. Well, I didn't leave. They fired me, honestly. They fired me in like on literally the first day of Black History Month.
Hold on. So how you get? First of all, let's talk about before we get into that. Let's talk about like your first. I guess we could say like your first big girl job. Let's talk about that. How was your first job in UI UX?
It was great. I had a time. My first job, I was so blessed, y'all. I had a sign-on bonus for $10K. My salary at the time was $75K. So basically, my first job, I was making like $85K. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, this is lit. I got the money. I can do this. I can do that. They fly me out to D.C. They fly me here. Yep. They fly me there.
And you was already spoiled.
I was already spoiled. So them just flying me out even made it better. They bought me a fresh MacBook. So I'm the only person in the company that had a MacBook. Like, when I tell you I love that company, and I still do to this day, I love them, y'all. So my first UI UX job was cool. I had freedom to do whatever I want. They let me control the UX design process, even though I was so new and I was a junior. But, luckily I got a mentor that taught me everything else that I needed to know about UX, so I wouldn't just be BSing it through. Mm-hmm. So I had guidance, and the guidance helped me provide for the company. And then with that, I created a nice portal that they still use to this day. So I liked it.
That's good. So what was the, I don't want to say downfall, but why they fire you?
Let me tell you why. So we had got a reorg going on in the company. We got a new VP. The VP that hired me loved me. He was still there to this day. I went on vacation. I think I went to like Cancun or something. And he's like, check your emails. I'm like, check my email. I'm in Cancun. Do he not know I'm on PTO? So I called my manager. I'm like, hey, the new guy is telling me to check my emails, but I'm on PTO. Even the CEO knew I was on PTO because we was like a startup kind of company. So everybody knew everybody in the company. And I was the only UI UX designer in the company. So everybody knew I was on PTO. But he didn't know that. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm like, well, I'm on PTO. I could check when I get back in office next Tuesday. And we can go from there. He's like, no, I want you to check it now. I'm like, check it now? I don't have a computer on me. So I go tell my manager, I'm like, can you please let him know I'm on vacation? I don't have a computer. Can you let him know? My manager's like, cool, I'll talk to him. So my manager talked to him. Okay, cool. I guess that's my first write-up from the VP. So the second one was, we had everybody in our org had to get certified in Agile at that time. So we was all getting ready to get our Agile certifications, all that good stuff. I missed one day of class, and that because I had like a doctor appointment, and he tripped about it. So he apparently is my second write-up, right? So he's like, oh, you missed the Agile class, and that's the money we're spending out of the company. Keep in mind, I made a 90 on my cert. So I'm like, you're tripping, I still got certified in Agile. What are you tripping about? And it was SAFe, by the way, SAFe practitioner. So after that, then now we got PI planning coming up. Program increments, by the way. With PI planning, I presented my stuff, and I did great. All the stuff I needed to do for updates, my plans, my vision, my roadmap, all that. I think the next day happened, I missed a day. Something happened where, I don't remember what happened, where I missed one day. Keep in mind, I don't even take off for work like that. So the fact that I probably missed 2 days, he tripped. After that, next thing I know, the following Monday morning, I get a email from HR saying, quick call. Once I seen, I already knew what it was. I said, I know they ain't finna fire me. I know they ain't finna fire me. So HR got on the call. She's like, hey, Justice. I'm like, I know you lying. I ain't even let her talk. I just said, I know you lying. She's like, yeah. I don't know what's going on with you and, the VP, but he wants you gone. And I'm like, want me gone? What did I do for you to even try to want to fire me? So I said, well, what's the reason? They couldn't even explain it. So I was about to file an EEOC on them. But I got so tired and I was interviewing so much, I didn't have time to go through the process. I literally got a new job within 3 months after that.
I think you still should have got your money. You left money on the table.
I did, but at the time, I didn't feel like arguing and fighting because the new opportunity was so much better. I wasn't even tripping. I was like over 6 figures at that point.
I feel that. And I think he just had it in for you. He wanted to probably bring somebody in. He wanted to work there.
And that's what he did. He brought a UXer from his previous company, and she's still there to this day. But, everybody I work with, they're gone. So they're not even there anymore.
Yeah. And he probably just wanted to run his own shit.
Yeah, he did a reorg.
They'll find anything. And that's the thing, too. It's kind of like, that's like your first job. So I don't know how you, by whatever strike that you figure out, you know what, I'm finna just start looking for work. Because to me, getting the write-ups is kind of like being put on a PIP, even though you went on a PIP.
That's how I felt. I felt like I was on a PIP. But I didn't start looking for work until, honestly, I took a month vacation for one because I was still getting paid even though I was fired. So I still got paid for the whole month of February. So I was just chilling, trying to get my life in order, enjoying, relaxing. And then my mom go to tell me I should starting my own business. So I'm like, okay, start my own business and tech. How I'm going to do that? So she's like, you need to start your own agency. How I'm going to do that? She was like, you need to become a contractor. Okay, how I'm going to do that? So she's like, figure it out, do research. So I go do my research. I learned about contracting. And at that point, I applied for a whole bunch of contracting gigs. And then I finally landed one in April. Okay.
That you're saying that. And most of these times, most black people are either first gen corporate, first gen college.
Yeah.
I don't want to assume, but I presume that your mom either went to school or had experience in the corporate world.
Hey, my mom was smart. She's a go-getter. She's a hustler. My mom was literally about to go to law school.
And I say that because it's a lot of times people's parents can't show them how to navigate.
That's true.
My parents, blue collar.
Okay.
They don't know nothing about corporate. They came up in they boomers pretty much. My dad about to be 60. My mom is about to make 56.
Right.
Yeah, she's about to make 56. So they came up at a time where you said a company long time, they reward you all the stuff. I tell her all the time, hey, it's different.
Yeah.
I ain't leaving no money on the table. For real.
I believe it.
Especially all these layoffs and
layoffs.
People don't want to match 401ks. You ain't got no pensions. By the time we retire, Social Security. Hey, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
This really just made me hot. If Social Security is done by the time I'm ready to retire, I need all my money back.
Wait, what? You think they're gonna happen?
Of course.
Why?
It's been rumblings about Social Security gonna run out.
No.
Think about it. Because when you really think about the people at the top, when we get money taken out of our check for Social Security, we probably paying for the people that make a lot of money.
Right.
Because some people who you already paid enough for Social Security.
Yeah.
Have you ever, matter of fact, at SplunkConf, Herlane and who was it? Kajan and everybody else, that's kind of they logged into the Social Security portal. Have you ever looked at the Social Security portal?
No, I don't even go over there.
Whenever you get a chance, make your Social Security account and then just see what you contributed to Social Security. You probably can.
For real? I can do that?
Yeah.
I don't even want to know because they be getting me good with the money stuff. So
I know, but you should look at it dang, you probably
I might get mad.
Probably have already contributed everything you need to send to them.
For real.
So now you welcome the wave of. So when you do this contract, are you? First of all, we already know now when it comes to tech. I don't know. I think it was a switch. Remember in 2020, it was okay, cool. Everybody, we're getting into tech. We're trying to make some money. Of course, maybe you make 6 figures. That was kind of the goal. Right. Then it switched into this, I'm going to get into tech. I'm going to job stack. I'm going to work all these jobs, and I'm going to tell everybody about it.
Yeah.
It used to be you was doing stuff on the low.
Mm-hmm, it's private.
Right. So when you did this first contract job, was it C2C or you were 1099?
I was W-2.
Okay. W-2.
Let me tell y'all, my first contract job, I was W-2 and I quit in 2 months.
They was working you to the bone?
No, I ain't like the lady. I ain't like the manager. And I'm one of those people, I ain't got to work for real. I'm just doing this because I want to. I was a Tasha Campbell, y'all. If y'all know Tasha Campbell by her husband, off Everybody Hate Chris, I was one of those.
If you're going to say it, you got to say it right.
What?
You know what she say.
No, I'm not, because I don't want to mess it up.
She says, I don't need this. My man got 2 jobs.
Yeah, he got 2 jobs.
That's what she say.
Yeah, But yeah, I was one of those, and I was like, I don't have to do this. And so basically, I quit the job in 2 months, and I got another one within like a week. So after that, I was like, okay, cool. I got one contract. I'll start working at a bank. I was like, this lit. They paying me good. Then I get another offer. I'm like, you know what? I might take that one because that was a part-time offer. I said, I could do this part-time. It's in California. I could do this after hours. No problem. I took that part-time. Then I got another offer. And I was like, oh, so y'all trying to offer me all this money? So I had 3 at one time. It was hard, but I made it work. But I was like, I can't do this long term.
Okay.
Can't do it long term.
Now, was you doing this the ethical way or the unethical way?
So, okay. One was a W-2. One was a 1099 freelancer. And then the other one was a W-2. So I had 2 W-2s and then a 1099.
That ain't too bad. That ain't too bad.
I didn't start doing C2C until like 2021.
Okay. I mean, it's cool. I mean, I've seen recently more companies are open. You know what's funny? They don't really, some company, well, on LinkedIn, they'll post a job and they'll say no C2C.
Yeah.
But a lot of times when them recruiters reach out to you, they'll be like W2 and you be like, hey, y'all open a C2C? Yeah, we are.
Well, here's the thing. LinkedIn is not known for doing C2C business. You got to go to like Dice.
Right. No, I agree. I'm just saying
Yeah.
in general, from my experience, like when they reach out to me and I'm asking like, hey, y'all down? They're like, yeah, we down.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, cool. Because when you think about it, it's better on them. Like, yeah 1099 me. I'm good.
Yeah, I love a good 1099. I like W-2 too, though. Don't get it twisted. I love a good W-2.
I mean, a good W-2.
A good one, though. You got to get a good one. You can't get no bad one. You got to get a good one.
So how was that working in, and I guess like we kind of got into like your spiel, like making money and different things like that.
Yeah.
But how was it working in finance?
The multiple jobs?
Nah, just literally, I'm just really focused on the first part when you said banking. So like, how was that? Because I've been in finance, so I know how it is.
My best checks are from finance companies. My least favorite checks are from GovTechs. But that's because I had to learn how to maneuver and actually position myself properly in GovTechs. Once you learn how to position yourself properly and how to set up your status, then it's different. And then you have to negotiate. If you learn how to negotiate, you can get whatever you want. The sky's the limit. So in the beginning, I was still making good money. At that time, I was bringing in like, I think 50 to 60 an hour at that time. And it was like in 2021. Yeah. The price went up after that.
We know it did. that definitely was the good for back then.
Oh yeah, during the pandemic, as we like to call that pandemic pro season, baby. The money was great.
It was definitely a fun time, and I think that's what kind of hurt a lot of people. A lot of them waited too late, and now they're trying to get in. It's a different job market.
Yeah, it's different. It's not the same.
2020 to 2022, and if you could have maintained and got better, it was good. So let's do a little bit more educating real quick, right?
Okay.
You did the boot camp for UI UX.
Yes.
If somebody wants to do UI UX, what do you recommend?
If they have a degree or no degree?
We'll do 2 options. If they don't have a degree, what you recommend?
So if they don't have a degree, here's the thing. The field in UX is not really, they don't care about degrees for real. Unless you're in FinTech, then they care. GovTech, don't really care. EdTech, don't really care. You can go to a boot camp. As long as you got some case studies that's real good and you know how to talk that talk in them interviews, you're fine. If you have a degree, that's a plus. It don't change really anything salary or, price range rise. So if you have a degree, that's just an extra bonus. They just know you kind of diverse a little bit. So like with me, I have a software engineering degree. So I can handle, some back end stuff, front end, and also I'm really good at development handoffs. I know how to communicate with my developers. So not only that, I know how to manage UXers and developers because I have that experience. So it really just depends on the person. But a lot of people, I always tell them, I recommend a lot of boot camps and a lot of certs. Go get you some certs. Go get you, 1 or 2 good boot camps, and then go get certified in the UX. I think it's called Human Centered Design Certification. I can't remember directly, but it's basically a CUA. If you don't have a degree, I recommend you go get a CUA. If you have a company that can pay for it, I advise you to have them pay for it because it's like $5,000. But if you don't, spend the $5,000 out of your pocket, and I swear it's going to boost you up 10 times more.
Okay. Now, if the person has a degree, what they should do?
I still recommend the CUA. I'm not going to lie. I took it twice, and I failed it twice, and I had a company pay for it. And I was like, after that, I'm not going back. So I was like, you know what? My degree is enough. I don't want to go get a master's. I don't want to go get a PhD. I'm going to stick it out with the degree, keep it pushing, just upskill my case studies, and I'm done with it.
What is the CUA? Like, what does it teach you?
Basically, it just teaches you the fundamentals of human-centered design, a little bit of psychology, and then also user-centered design. So you focus on the users, you're focusing on human communication behaviors, and then you're also understanding the pros of, UI, UX, and then you're also understanding the deep dives and the, pain points and all the good stuff about UI, UX. I think it lasts for like a month. I don't know. They keep changing it. But I think it lasts for like a month, and you got to go take an exam. The exam is the hard one. So if you don't actually take that class, it's going to be harder for you to pass that exam if you don't take the class.
Got it. And out of curiosity, is there some stuff like, for example, like, I've been doing YouTube for like 4 years.
Right.
And so there is a psychology behind colors, thumbnails, what people want to click on, that type of stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. That's what I figured.
Not too proud. That's what I figured.
Well, you got to deduce a lot of things, but you have to make sure and validate what you think is true.
That's true.
So, now, also, what would be a good starting salary for a person getting into UI UX in 2024?
I was about to say, which year?
That's why I made it current.
I'm not going to lie. My mentees and my students, starting for people who already been in the industry just doing transferable skills, they're making like 120 starting. Now, if you don't have transferable skills and you're trying to break in the industry, good 90K to 100K at min.
Okay. Now, outside of the certifications, right, are there any type of softwares, tools? I know you already brought up like a framework in the Agile.
Yeah.
What type of things do they need to know outside of the certifications and stuff to be able to do a job?
Yeah, sure. So what you need to know is Figma. That's the #1 design platform right now because Sketch is about to disappear. InVision's going to disappear. Don't even learn it. Don't even waste your time. Figma is an all-in-one platform where you can pretty much design, prototype, do user story, user research. Also, have a development mode where you can like work with your developers. They can get the code from there. And shout out to Figma because I'm a Figma affiliate, and I gotta rep my brands. But Figma is one. Then you need to learn Miro. Miro is good if you want to do like group stuff, focus group stuff, user maps, journey mapping, affinity mapping, all the user research side of things. That's great for that. The next thing you want to get into is also a little bit of Canva, just in case if you're like a one-and-all designer. You got to create presentations, PowerPoints, and all that good stuff. Another tool you need to know is Mobbin. Mobbin is good for doing your competitive research, your market research, to see what your competitors are doing, what can you do differently, what can you do better. User testing is good for if you're doing accessibility testing or user testing. You're also trying to set up surveys to figure out what, type of design will look better. So basically like A/B testing, that's good for that. Another platform I like to use is the Optimal Workshop. They're good for tree testing. So if you're trying to do something with some diagrams and stuff, use tree testing. It's good for card sorting, and it's good for overall focus groups that are virtual, so like remote work. I use that a lot in my user research stuff. And I'm trying to think of any other tools I'm missing. But as of now, those are the main ones.
Now, listen, I'm Canva down. You know what I'm saying? Like Boosie and wipe me down. I'm Canva down. I'm doing
Everybody
all the thumbnails in Canva.
Baby.
But are all those other tools accessible without like a huge paywall for them to use? Like in my industry, there are certain tools that you can't get access to unless you work for a company.
Yeah, you can all those for free. You can use those as a freelancer, y'all. So you don't even have to you can buy the enterprise if you want to, but Figma is free. You get one project for free. Optimal Workshop, you gotta pay for though. You gotta pay for that. And then what was the other ones I said? I can't even remember off the road. I got ADHD. Mobbin's free until you need more access to things, then you gotta pay for it. Everything will have an up price, but a lot of stuff right now is free.
Okay, and how do you keep track of all the projects or things that you're working on?
I save them to my desktop, as my favorites, and then I also put it in my Notion. Oh, I love Notion.
Okay.
So Notion is a platform that I use also to keep track of all my projects, everything I'm working on. You can do a Kanban board of all your tools.
I was going to bring up that.
I love Notion, and it's good for people who have ADHD. It keeps us organized, y'all. So definitely use Notion.
You know what's funny? Notion overcomplicated to me. I'm gonna be honest.
You gotta understand how to use it. Once you learn how to use it, it's so easy. I
tried to, but I was like, I'm a good OneNote guy.
No, I don't like that.
OneNote for me.
Notion, y'all. Use Notion.
I mean, everybody swear by Notion, but give me a good Confluence, Jira, OneNote.
Now, people in freelancing are not going to be buying no Jira just because.
They can use Trello.
I hate that app. I'm not a fan. I'm sorry. It's a no for me.
Trello, if you watching, I love you.
I don't like you.
We need a sponsor.
Yeah, sponsor him, not me.
Speaking of sponsors, I do want to let everybody know, you know what I'm saying, I am in cybersecurity. So if you're looking for a course that's going to be affordable and show you some foundational cybersecurity things, look into Level Careers. That course is taught by Josh Madakor. He is the GOAT. Check him out on his YouTube channel. I've did one of his projects before. You learn a lot. My clients, they use the course. We put the projects on the resumes. We get interviews. We get jobs. So if you're interested in that, check the link in the description. Use the code TechTual10 to get 10% off your Level Careers cybersecurity course purchase. I messed that up. I tried to do one take. You start making all this money. So at this time with the one W-2, the part-time, and the other one, how much bread we talking you was doing a month?
A month? In 2021, I was doing like at least about 15 at that time.
Okay.
Yeah. 15, close to 20.
Okay, you was moving some weight.
Yeah, I was moving weight.
that was a long crowd out from where you started.
Right.
And it always just reminds me about, I tell people sometimes like how if you kind of like just focus, but how quick stuff can change for you in the industry.
Yeah.
But at least by the time you started doing this, you was already a master of kind of what you do.
No, I wasn't. Me, honestly, I feel like I was still learning. Like, I wouldn't say I was a master, but I was good. But I could have been great.
Okay. At least you was better than a novice.
Better. Yeah.
Like, think about if you would try to do this when you was doing the GovTech.
It wouldn't have worked. I would have never did it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would have never did it.
And that's what I'm getting at, because a lot of people try to get in here, any type of job. Oh, get you another remote job. And I was like, you need to learn what the first job first.
Oh, let's talk about it. Because I don't like that. And I tell my students fast, don't you over here try to do this job hopping thing. You just started in the industry. I feel like people who just started in the industry trying to job hop, it's you're going to luck up, but it's not going to be long term. You're going to get caught eventually. So it's like, for me, I feel like I was already like 2 years in. I already know what I was doing. I was kind of good at my craft. I was still building my skills. But at the same time, I was already familiar with the basics. As long as you got the basics, you're good. But these people are not even understanding the basics, and they're just hopping. So not only that, you're in jeopardy. You're in jeopardy for being blacklisted. You're in jeopardy of having your contract or your salary or your whatever role terminated early. You're in the jeopardy of pretty much having a horrible reputation in the industry. And not only that, people not going to work with you at all, because once you get blacklisted, everybody in the tech industry talk. I don't know if y'all know this, but everybody know everybody and people know people. I got a tech community that I deal with in Atlanta. They know people in Cali, and they know people in Texas. So everybody is networking and knowing everybody in the circle. There is a thing called blacklisting in the tech industry. People think it's not real. It's real. I've literally gotten a call from somebody to ask me, hey, is this person legit? Is they verified? And I'm like, no, they're not. Do not hire them. So it's a thing.
That's fact. And if we want to make it even smaller, let's get into like the black community that's in the tech space.
Oh, baby, let's talk
and it gets even smaller and people know each other. Mm-hmm. And I'm always telling people, you want to make a good impression on people. You want to do good work.
Yeah.
So people will recommend you to workplaces. And a lot of people are not doing that. They're not coming in prepared. They're being lazy. Mm-hmm. They're entitled. Very entitled. I mean, granted, you are younger than me, but I feel like you don't feel like you're just entitled to stuff because you put the work in. But a lot of the, I'm not an old head, but a lot of the people, I don't know, I'll be feeling like so old.
Why?
Because I graduated undergrad in 2013.
Dang. I graduated high school in 2013.
Yeah, so I was 21 at the time.
Dang. I didn't know you were that old.
You ain't that far apart. You was 18, I was 21. Stop.
Yeah, you're right.
Exactly. It ain't that much far apart.
Okay,
I went to school that was on the quarter system because I knew I wanted to graduate fast.
Oh, that's smart. Y'all want to know a cool fact about me?
What's a cool fact?
I failed every math class that I had. In college, I had to always take it twice.
Was it because it was hard or you just weren't interested?
I wasn't interested in school. I was booed. I had a man. I found my college sweetheart. I was not studying no school. But here's the thing. The professors I had at the time were all trash. So I always had a better professor the second time. I don't know what it was, but every time, the second time I had a way better professor. And I passed with an A every time.
Were you using Rate My Professor?
You know what? I started using it my junior year.
See, I started using I think my sophomore year.
I didn't know about it till my junior year. And I was like, where has this been all my life?
Man, listen, I took some professors. I had a professor. He taught just like, I don't know. Do you remember the old commercial? It was the Clear Eye commercial where like that dude would talk about the clear eye, like the eyeball and red lines.
I know you're talking about.
He would talk just like that. I was like, bro, I would sleep every class. I was
really?
Like,
see, I don't even be slashing me on my phone.
I had the first Motorola Droid back then, but
ooh, fancy.
Yeah, I had the little slider keyboard. I thought I was doing something.
Fancy.
Listen, I'm actually planning to get me probably like a Samsung pretty soon.
Oh, don't you switch over?
No, that's gonna be my business line.
Okay.
Like they both lines are on here, and sometimes like people be getting on my nerves.
I'm not gonna lie, I like that Samsung flip phone that open up. That like an iPad. That thing go hard, and they take good photos.
Yeah, they about to. I mean, just to get a little techie, they're about to do it to where the bubbles may still be green, but you'll be able to get like read receipts and stuff from like Android phones.
We don't care about that.
Yes, y'all do.
We do not care.
Because you know you care.
We care about blue. We don't care about no green.
You know you care when they send you a video and it's jumbled up. So now it ain't going to be jumbled up no more and look like it was shot on bad quality.
I guess.
Mm-hmm. Look at you. Girls be, you know what's funny? Y'all be shaming a guy with an Android phone.
Yeah, don't talk to me with Android phone.
The funny thing is the phone be costing more than the iPhone.
Okay. We still don't like, we like to see blue. We like to see emoji. We don't want to see that jumbled up.
Man, that boy's just like, listen, he said, I'm finna give me a phone where she can't see. I read her text.
I turn my reads off. I don't like my reads on. I'm petty because I forget to text back. I got 500 unread messages right now.
I'm gonna just let you know a person that don't read their messages or turn their read receipts off, let you know they a player.
I'm not. I'm a lover. I'm never a player.
Definitely not a lover girl.
I'm definitely a lover girl. Shout out to you, babe, whoever you are.
Exactly. She's not a lover girl.
Oh my God, stop. You got me crying.
Exactly. So now that we covered some stuff about getting the UI UX,
right,
the money you was making, what was that next step? You know how it's like you in your career, you making this money, it's like, then you hit this like big jump and now it's like, hey, I'm here.
My big jump was at the end of 2021. I had finally finished my part-time contract. That was a 1099. And then I was still working my W-2 gig. And then I had got a better opportunity. My big jump was when I started working at PayPal. That's when I got my big jump. And I was like, oh, PayPal paying. Then I was like, oh, we got State Farm too? Oh, we got this other bank company too? Keep in mind, though, non-compete-wise, they were not in the same industry. They wasn't the same line of work at the time. So I was cleared to go. I could work these roles legally.
Yeah. That's the thing. When you get the publicly traded companies.
Yeah.
PayPal.
I had all those, and at that point, I was bringing in $30K a month. At that point, I was bringing $30K a month. So I was like, okay. And this was consistent for like a whole year and some change. So after that, I started like going through like a little mini depression, and then I let all of them go.
Why you went through a mini depression?
Man, PayPal was stressing me out. They was pissing me off. No offense, though. I still love the company. I love y'all, but it was the culture. I wasn't a culture fit for them because I had a lot of ideas, and they would always turn my stuff down. So I'm like, you know what? Do y'all not want to grow or not? And then they never want to listen to me. They treat me like I was just some rookie, and I'm like, I've been in the industry for a minute. What are you talking about? And then on top of that, I had this other girl who I was going back and forth with who was higher up than me, but I'm helping her create and set up sprints and design sprints. I'm like, I'm not even in your role, and I'm doing your job for you. So it was stuff like that was kind of irritating me, and I was like, I'm over it. So I quit that job, and I quit my W-2 job. I had quit all my contracts at the time, and I took like a month off, and I regrouped and I rebranded, and then that's when I was like, you know what? I'm tired of doing all this labor. I want the money to work for me, and so that's when I got into like really like C2C for real. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do C2C contracting. I'm just going to start hiring people. And then I'm going to have the money flow. But I still wanted to do work myself. So that way I just stayed on like one contract, like a W-2 or my own C2C. And then I'll work that one. And then I got other people working the other jobs for me. And they give me updates. They doing their check-ins. Money flowing and we good.
Okay. Now, for the people that's watching this, because I had a question about that too. How does that work for you? And is it just as long as they don't mess nothing up or what? Like, how does that?
So at first, let me tell you what I was doing at first. At first, I was hiring people, and they wouldn't really be like, I wouldn't say they weren't qualified, but they was like entry level. But then some of the work started getting complex. So that's when I started asking the client, like, hey, are you guys okay if I add on another member who is like also a UXer? They're like, yeah, sure, that's fine. But we're going to have to, you have to send the invoice and then you're going to have to add them to your payroll. And then we have to pay on a net 45 instead of a net 30. So, okay, cool, that's fine. I don't mind a net 45. So keep in mind with stuff like that, if something happened and then the company don't pay your check on time, you got to pay those contractors out of pocket. So at that time, I was doing like 1 or 2 contractors, and I had added them to the payroll, so my clients was aware, and we added them, to all the meetings and everything. Like if I wasn't there or if they needed me there, I'll show up. But more than likely, the contractor who I hired would handle that. So that was a good thing about it. But some people they do it wrong. They're hiring people, and because this is what I found out. I wouldn't say recently, but like a year ago. People would do C2C, they'll hire these people, and then they would show up to the meetings and then give that person a laptop. You're doing it wrong.
Yeah, and
you're not supposed to do that.
That's the reason why I asked you that, because I didn't want them to feel like you was a person telling them you was doing the work, but then it was somebody else doing the work, and it was like, hold on.
Yeah, I did that one time, and I learned my lesson from it, and I said, I'm never doing it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I can't do this. It's too much. So every time I do something that's C2C wild, I let them know, like, hey, I got an extra contractor. Can we just add them to payroll? And they're like, yeah. We just add them to payroll.
Yeah, that's the smart part. Like the worst thing they could tell you is no.
Yeah, like what's wrong with a no? And then if you want to just, but here's the thing: a lot of people don't know about it in the industry. You can also do white labeling in tech contracting. So with white labeling, that's where you say, for example, you're a contractor and you're a freelancer, you're a 1099 contractor. This client has hired you to do a job, right? But the person who they hired is kind of booked up. They busy. They don't have enough space to actually do the work, but they want to keep the contract. They will pretty much hire you. It's like drop shipping. Basically they will hire you to do the work. Y'all split the pay, or they will give you a whole separate rate, and then you do the work, but the company still know you're doing the work, but they know you're doing the work under that company and not as like the employee.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of tricky as you think about it, but a lot of people in the industry are doing this, especially designers. They're doing the white labeling route instead of trying to do it the illegal way and get in trouble and all that good stuff.
So you've been doing this for going on, 2 years now?
I've been doing longer than 2 years.
You said the end of 2021.
Dang, that's 2 years? What were you in, 2024?
Yeah.
That's 3, ain't it?
Nah.
That's 2?
If we get to the end of 2021 and then we start 2022.
Dang, it felt like it been forever, y'all. I'm sorry.
Yeah, time,
I guess so.
Time is moving like that.
Yeah, 2 years in, yeah. Whoa.
So, now, what's going on with Justice now? I know if you guys follow her on Instagram, she's posting her reels. She's trying to show you guys how to get in your own bag. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about your company that you started, because I'm pretty sure at first she was like, I'm just me, but now let me establish this entity,
right? And
let me actually hire people through this way. So it's not really on me; it's on the company.
Are you talking about the C2C? Or are you talking about Techpreneurship Academy?
Both, so. And I don't want you to divulge too many secrets. If you say you can't talk about it, then you talk about it.
Yeah, go ahead.
But when you hire these people, when you're doing, if you're asking them to add on the C2C people.
Okay, C2C.
Are they coming through Techpreneur stuff, or are they?
No, that's separate. Okay, so let's talk about it. I have 3 businesses, you guys. As of now, I have 3. I'm going to have more over the summer. Just saying. The first one I started was my baby. I'm not going to disclose my business name because it's a private company, but that was my first baby, and I started that one in 2021 in February. That's when I got laid off. That was my first company where I got into contracting, trying to understand it as a 1099 person. Then I transitioned over to C2C. Then I had some clients, because it would make me start my second business. I had some clients who were my C2C clients. They wanted to do a non-compete, where you can't work with other clients that's in the finance industry. We want you all to ourselves. So I'm like, you know what? Okay, that's cool, fine. Keep that company. I'm going to start another one. So I started another C2C business where it's a full design agency and also deal with marketing. That one is its own thing. That one strictly deal with marketing, UI, UX, mobile apps, website, and that one is for governments. So then after that, I moved to Dallas, and I'm like, you know what? I want to do something different. So I moved to Dallas, and I got this house, and then I was like, I'm sitting in this house every day. I ain't doing that. I ain't going outside. I ain't meet nobody. What is my next business venture? So everybody kept blowing me up on Instagram. Hey, teach me this, teach me that, teach me this, teach me that. I'm like, I don't have time. But you know what? I could do it in a group. So I talked to one of my good friends. Shout out, Kayla. But I talked to my friend Kayla, and she was telling me, look, you should try to, get into teaching people, mentoring and stuff like that. So I'm like, you know what? That's a great idea. And then that's how I started Techpreneurship Academy.
Okay, yeah. That's how I figured you was doing these contracts and stuff, because I seen you on that was the funny thing, too. I think I was just chilling on YouTube, and I was like, they're like Justice. No. And I seen y'all on there, and I was like, okay, let me tune in, because like, to be honest, I don't watch a lot of content creators' content all the way through. Okay. Unless it's like people I really rock with, like Tavion, my boy Day, and other people, right? Because they're making some different content. Mm-hmm. If it's like podcast style, I may tune in for a little bit. Oh, yeah. Also, shout out to Lise. I watch Lise stuff all the time. I'll tune in a little bit and then write a good comment and like, you know what I'm saying, algorithm type of stuff. But I try not to watch everything because, you know, I'm not trying to steal anything they do. I got my own style, my own flavor. That's understandable. But I seen you, I was like, okay. I seen the title. I think the title got me. I said, look at her.
Oh, yeah. What was it? Laid off to 40K a month?
It was like 40K a month or something.
Yeah, I was doing a killing, baby.
I was like, this can't be the same young lady from 3 years ago.
It was.
And so I went on there. I was like, okay, cool. But so how has this business venture been going for you?
Techpreneurship Academy? Mm-hmm. I ain't gonna lie. It shocked me, y'all. The business is only, 3 months and a half years old? And I already don't produce numbers I wasn't even expecting. I was like, oh, I might become a CEO ed tech professional at this point. Because I'm like, this is good. People are actually listening. They're learning. They're getting jobs. I have students that was been laid off for 6 months, 12 months, and they got a job paying over way more than they was asking. So it's like my job is to be a blessing to others. I'm a blessing, and I want to bless everybody. And then I want to be the blesser. I like that at church. Shout out to Tony Evans. But, yeah. Oh, what?
Bless her, but bless her.
Yeah.
With the HER.
Hello. But, yeah, no, that was my goal. I wanted to teach people, and I didn't want to keep doing one-on-ones and consultations. So I was like, let me just put everybody in the group, and y'all can pay for it. You know, this is a monthly thing. Y'all more than welcome to schedule appointments, schedule consultations. You need help with a website? I got you. You need help trying to negotiate your salaries? I got you. You need help with interviewing skills and how to actually become better and beat your competitors? I got you. So it's like everything I did, everything I learned, I wanted to give to them because I didn't have nobody to teach me. I learned from trial and error, from the industry, from getting jobs, losing jobs, to having issues with my coworkers and figure out how can I be a great culture fit, from actually not learning my worth and how much I'm valued in the industry to actually learning how much I'm worth and actually can pop my S when I'm out here doing my interviews. You know what I'm saying? So basically that pretty much just showed me, okay, cool. Everything I learned, I want to show everybody else. I want to teach people how to get into this industry. Because one, nobody talks about tech contracting. They're scared to talk about it in the industry. Even when I started Techpreneurship Academy, my recruiters were like, you sure you want to do this? Like, you want to get this started right now? Like, you trying to expand this and let people know about this? I'm like, yeah, because what do I got to lose? It's enough money for everybody to go around, for one. Everybody have different ventures they want to try and do. What is wrong with them knowing about the industry and how to better themselves as a contractor? I was literally talking to a girl today, and she was telling me her life story. And I was like, do you want to do this part-time or full-time? She's like, I didn't know that was an option. It is. You can do contracting full-time or part-time. You don't have to always do it full-time. It's a thing.
Yeah. That's wonderful because, like you said, that's a niche. Everybody's not into that.
Yeah,
and like,
not.
Like you, like for me, like me and my other coaching friends, we also was like, these calls are so repetitive. These people ask me these same old questions. Yeah. And so that's what, like I said, I got my ebook and I'm working on, my course, and I've been doing the group coaching stuff until where we're just talking through Slack, or right. I've already got videos made for them because there's stuff I know they need to know.
Right, exactly.
Like even today, I was listening to a client's interview. I always have my clients try to record the interviews they remember. Mm-hmm. I'm like, yes, we worked on this. And so, because think about how hard it is to pivot, then trying to figure out what they're going to ask you in the interview.
I don't even do that. I got to the point where before I even get on the interview, I asked the recruiter, can you send me a list of questions that are most commonly asked in these interviews so that I can know? And then I like to look at their LinkedIn before I go visit who I go talk to. Do research, see what we got in common, what can we talk about, we got some friends in common. That's literally how I get most of my roles. Yeah. But also, too, I get a lot of my contracting stuff because of referrals. I'm out, I'm going to events, I'm networking, I'm talking to people, I'm golfing, I'm playing a sport, I'm Pilates.
I play no golf.
You'll be surprised. I actually started golfing with my ex, like, not currently ex, but, years ago. He was a golfer, so that was his thing. But
where you be playing golf at out here?
I only play when I go with a man.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. They got the... I like to drive the caddy.
I ain't gonna be messy with you right now. I won't be messy with you now. But they got the PGA headquarters in Frisco.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. I need to go over there.
Yep, they got a lot of stuff like they're building right there.
I like Frisco. You put me on for real. I love Frisco.
I tried to.
That's
that's what I do. But so what else do people need to know about Techpreneurship Academy?
Okay, so Techpreneurship Academy is not just a tech contracting agency or school. Here you're learning to become an entrepreneur. You're learning to how to start your own business, brand your business, protect your business, start your LLCs, because it's more than just starting an LLC. You got to do trademark, copyright, sometimes even a patent. Hell, it just depends on what you need. So I teach my students how to set up their business, how to start their C2C business, or if they want to be a freelancer, what are the proper steps to go to and how to market yourself and your brand to become a great freelancer and get clientele. I teach them how to network. I teach them how to interview properly. When it comes to interview skills, you may not be good. That's okay. I got a script, word from word, on how to talk to these recruiters and be the top competitor of these jobs. I have resume development, LinkedIn optimizations, career coaches coming in. I got guest speakers talking about finances, 401ks, health plans, how to talk to your contractors and compensate your contractors, how to pay your staffing team if you have some, how to get contracts overseas, how to get contracts in the United States. Anything you need, I got it when it comes to tech and tech contracting and entrepreneurship.
Hey, that's the elevator pitch right now.
Hello.
You got any specials going on right now?
I do right now. I actually got it for $100 for the weekend. So right now I'm doing a beginner boot camp for $100 because people were telling me they need a discount or whatever. So, I don't mind getting a little discount or whatever. So, yeah, I got $100 for the weekend, but it's going to end on Sunday, so that ain't going to last long. And after that, the price is going up in August. So
right, because whenever this come out, it's going to be after Sunday anyway.
Yeah. So the price is going out. I mean, not the price going out, but the price is going up in August. So what you see now is going to increase like $200, $300 more.
Yeah, I agree because people always complain about the price, but they're not thinking about the value. They're not thinking about on the back end, all the things you're paying for legally.
Yeah, it's expensive.
The sites, all this other stuff you're paying for. But
the platform I use is like $400 a month.
Yeah.
It ain't cheap. It's crazy.
Yeah. Trust me, I already know it's always something to pay for. Everything. And that's the part that people don't tell you, start a business and do all this other stuff.
Yeah, like literally my bills don't even be that much. Like my personal bills ain't even that much. My business bills are more expensive than my personal bills. And that's crazy. Right.
So how can they follow you on Instagram for Techpreneurship Academy?
So our Instagram is tech.preneurship on Instagram. And then our website is thetechpreneurship.com.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? There are a lot of well, at one time, guys. Yeah, I was gonna say no. At one time, guys, I actually was running like affiliate for a Techpreneurs course at the time, but that course is not affiliated with Techpreneurship Academy.
Actually, they are.
I mean, no. I'm saying it's different. Oh, that course is actually called Symposia now, I believe. Yeah.
Shout out to Symposia. I love that.
So yeah, I had to change my descriptions and call that like Symposia now. It's not Techpreneurs anymore. But anything you see that says Techpreneurs now is not related to this. Just want to let you know that it's whatever.
And then keep in mind too, if you're still a part of Techpreneurs Club, you're fine because we actually have a partnership with them. We have a brand partnership with Symposia. So
we do too.
Oh yay! We love Symposia. Shout out.
Yeah, they just sent me my channel report the other day.
Oh, that is great.
I've been slacking a little bit on them.
Yeah, so I mean that's the good thing about it. Like we come together, we help each other, and we actually grow together. So everything is not always a competition. If you talk business right and you actually help each other and grow with each other, I mean it ain't nothing but a conversation.
So now, and this is I'm the naysayers, because I like to answer people. I know what y'all be thinking.
Okay.
If somebody's to say you capping about the people you helping, how would they go verify some of this information?
LinkedIn.
Not your job. I'm talking about the people you helping.
So basically what I have is I have testimony videos. I have testimonies on the actually tech.preneur page. And then I also have it where we're going to come in and you can actually talk to my students and they can give you their perspective and their views on Techpreneurship Academy. So that way you can have a conversation, talk to them, see how their journey went. You can also learn their strategies because everybody have a different route. So that's one way.
Cool. So outside of those things.
Okay.
And I didn't cover this too because I know they probably want to ask about this stuff too. If they wanted to follow you on YouTube, do you even remember what your YouTube name is?
I actually relogged in the other day because I'm about to run it back up.
What's your YouTube name on there?
I changed it.
I know, that's what we're asking you.
But I'm about to change it again, so I don't want to put that on it yet.
If y'all type her name in, y'all probably find her.
But if let me tell you this, if y'all see anything that's dealing with techpreneur on YouTube, just it's me. Okay, so right now it's Techpreneur Studios, but I'm thinking about changing it again. I don't know yet. So just FYI, if you're looking for me on YouTube, it's Techpreneur Studios.
But what if they want to know outside of that, but they just want to know about you? Like, she used to have like a lot of vlogs and all this other stuff.
It's all on there.
Okay, so is that part of that?
It's just under Techpreneur Studios right now.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay, cool.
But I also have my personal one for like home decor and stuff, and that's Justice Devon.
And that's what I was actually going to get into, like, content creator. She also is an interior
designer. There
she goes. Can people still hire you for that in this area?
You know what's so crazy? I get a lot of athletes trying to hire me, but I'm kind of retiring it right now.
Really?
I only do it like if I'm in the mood to do it. I don't do it because I want to, you know? So it's like,
why?
I don't know. I just kind of fell out of love with it. Like, I got so much going on right now. I don't have time to be decorating somebody's house and then they complaining about, you know, little things. So it's like, it's not for me right now.
What if you made the company be for some interior designers to help them get some money?
That's true, but it's not my passion right now.
I ain't say it's your passion. I just say it's another income.
That is. But I'm one of those people, if I'm not feeling it, I'm not going to do it. So if it's like, if I'm telling you I don't want to do it right now, I'm not going to do it. And that don't change my mind at all. Like, one thing about it, when it comes to money, I got so many different ways to figure out how to get some money. But when it comes to interior design, if I don't like it, my quality's going to be trash.
You can tell you was raised around Atlanta.
Actually, Albany.
I said raised around.
Oh, I was about to say. 229 stand up. Got to represent. I love my city. I love Albany. Albany made me who I am, but Atlanta gave me that entrepreneur spirit.
We know. There's a bunch of
scammers. And Dallas
scammers.
helped me activate the entrepreneur spirit. Because I'm not going to lie. When I moved to Dallas, half of the stuff I'm doing here, I would have never did in Atlanta. I would have never started Techpreneurship in Atlanta.
Why?
I'd be too busy outside turning up.
You right.
I wouldn't even focus. I wouldn't be focused in Atlanta. I became more focused in Dallas than ever.
You know, it's funny, though, because, like, people are also like, Dallas, Houston. But I always tell people, like, if you're a black business professional, Dallas is the move.
Oh, yeah. Dallas for sure is good for business. It's good for networking. It's good for everything. Like, I've met so many connections down here.
Yeah. She was at Mixer Cloud.
I did go to Mixer
All
Cloud.
right, so for the guys that's wondering, you know what I'm saying, if you're a lover girl, is the lover girl, is she taken by anybody?
I'm not right now. I'm fully single.
All right, if y'all see her out, or y'all can send your best DM pitch. Matter of fact, I'm going to help y'all out.
Oh, my gosh.
If y'all scared to DM her, DM me what you going to say.
Why would they be scared?
And I'm going to let you know if it's going to work or not.
But why would they be scared?
People be scared, man.
For what? I'm really not.
Matter of fact,
what I get? I get a lot of people tell me they think I'm stuck up, and I'm not stuck up at all. They think because of my Instagram aesthetics that, oh, you're so stuck up, you're so bougie. But I'm like, it's just the aesthetics. I bought all this stuff like a long time ago. I haven't bought designer since my last Goyard purse, and that was like a year ago.
Look at her. It just rolled off her tongue. Like, if you make her laugh, you probably got a shot, fam. So
have some money because I can't do no brokies.
Matter of fact, I may be willing to coach you guys into that. That might be another part of my coaching business because some of y'all need some confidence and some stuff to say.
Y'all be fine. Y'all still got no confidence. And I be so sad. I'm like, if you ain't got no confidence, how you supposed to lead the family?
I can help y'all out with that. It's nothing. I can show you how to do everything. You in the friend zone, I can show you how to get out of that.
This is crazy.
I can do all that. I'm a man of many talents.
And I stay putting guys in the friend zone.
Yeah, but it's ways to get out.
How? Once they're there, they can't get out because now I look at you as a brother. So it's like, how can you get out?
All right. Listen, guys, if you still here right now, hit the like button. If you ain't got the friend zone, just go talk to a friend.
You trifling.
It's going to be 1-2 ways. You ain't going to care. You're going to be mad.
I'm definitely going to be mad.
Exactly. Thank you. That's how you get out.
Especially if he cute. If he ugly, then I'm like, all right, whatever.
Exactly. It's the number one trick in the book. It always get them.
You petty.
Petty LaBelle.
I don't like that.
What's a question that I didn't ask you that you would like to answer?
A question that you... Okay. You didn't ask me about when it comes to working with other people like us in our industry.
I didn't.
Let's get into that because right now is a heavy topic. Right now is going on in the industry, and I get a lot of girls reaching out to me about it.
So let me ask you this. When you say working with us, do you mean you working with other women or just working with black people?
Black people in general.
Okay. How is that been for you? It's been good for me.
It hasn't been good for me.
Do you think they're jealous?
I won't say they're jealous, but it's more so they think I'm trying to take their roles, and I don't.
Are these people older?
Majority be older, but you know what's so crazy? I do good. Here's the thing. It's based off that person's personality and what their end goal is in the company. Because I've had older black women that I learned a lot from, and I love them still to this day, like a great mentor. And they were just like, look, I want to help you do this. I want to teach you how to do this. Whoop. And then you have some that also are older than you, but they're like, look, I'm focused. I'm driven. I'm trying to get this management position, and I don't need you in my way. And because honestly, like literally, I didn't tell you, but I was about to get fired from my PayPal gig because I was going back and forth with this lady so much, who was a black lady.
Sometimes you got to know when to rap. Or you just got to say, let's get on the call and figure out like.
Well, she was always harassing me. It's like, look, you're lying. That didn't happen. This is what really happened. Can you be more truthful about what the scenario was? Because now you're making me look bad. I just got here. I just started working here. I really love what I do, but you're making me a horrible person. And then, for example, if I did good, she would take my credit. But if I did bad, it was always on me. And I didn't like that. So I was like, now you're trying to bully me in my workplace. Now I got an issue with you. And we was from the same city at that. So not only that, we're two black women in front of the same city, and you doing all this is crazy to me. So after that, that's why I was like, I don't want to work with nobody like her like that ever again.
I forgot who I was talking to or something like that. But I was talking to this black woman. She's the director in cybersecurity. And we were talking about this same thing, and she was saying how she was having a situation like that because the woman thought like she was trying to come in and like, well, for one, they thought she was younger than what she was. So the older women was like, oh, who she thinks she is and all that type of stuff. But she kind of like put aside like, what's going on? And then they finally got to the bottom of it, and there's kind of like a lot of similarities there. And she was like, oh, okay, cool. So I think it's like a lot of that stuff. Like, a lot of, most of the time how somebody treats you is a lot of times was indicative of what's going on with them internally.
And that's what I think it is too. I think it was something that was personal because my life was great. I was chilling. I was making money. And I'm just like, why she so mean? Like, she always coming to work angry, and I be in a good spirit, and she just killed my spirit.
Maybe her man had another woman.
She ain't had one.
That's why.
Probably why.
Listen, y'all seen how important men is. I know TikTok done told
and I had
y'all.
a man at the time, so life was good for me, and I wasn't tripping. But I was just like, yo, she needs something.
TikTok done told y'all about how men are irrelevant, but listen, y'all need a man.
Wait, TikTok said what?
Man, they say all type of stuff. It's like a movement to not need men. It's like a whole bunch
I don't like that. See, here, let's talk about this for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Every woman, you need a man. I don't know why women keep thinking they don't need a man. You need a man. For one, you can't do what men do. That's one. Two, you can be in your alpha energy or whatever you want to call it, but at the same time, you still need to come back to reality. You are a feminine woman. Get into your feminine energy if you don't have to right now. You need to. Because I know even me moving to Dallas, I'm like, every time I do something, I'm like, damn, I need a man. I can't do this. I can't do that. I need somebody to help me with this. This would be better if a man did this. Like, I don't know. I just don't like being single.
And listen, let me also tell y'all something. When another man tells you when another man is telling you to try a man that's not your type out, listen to that man.
Oh, don't
they
you
help you out. Listen, I just be telling her. She gonna get it one
I
day.
don't have a type.
Okay, Ray Shrimmer. But
you annoying, bro.
Anyway, this is what I want to end this with. I don't want to make it long, guys. I just want you to know. I'm just always tell you the thing that you learn when you was a child or your parent or your dad or whoever told you. If it looked too good to be true, most of the time it is. If you can't back up some of the stuff that somebody's saying and it just seems like they making it up, it don't make sense. Mm-hmm. This past week, there's been it was a lot of controversy going on or people just, pump faking about being in the industry 3 months and being a senior DevOps engineer making like $200,000 plus dollars. But you got to do the math. If we just even take away the 3 months, most of the time, if you are making $200,000 and it's probably base, a lot of times you're pretty skilled. Most of the times you probably got more than you probably got 10 years plus in the game. Most. If it's not, you're very skilled and you're working at a company that pays well. It's like one of the two things. If you're a person that's just in 3 months, that's a red flag because people are like, why would somebody want to pay you that much money? Or you say, okay, maybe they got 2 jobs making $100K. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of things that happens. So pay attention to things like that, especially under the guise of telling you to get into a boot camp. And that's not saying boot camps are good, but that return on investment is crazy. That means one or two things. The boot camp got connections where people respect it, or they telling you to do something that's fugazi that necessarily may not pan out for you all the time, and it could cause you to backfire on it. So you got to watch out for that stuff. Now, if you want to do it, it's on you, and it's not like a hate thing, but I just want to look out for my audience because maybe some of y'all saw that live, and I ain't coming because I was just watching. Just know your boy is not a hater. I'm always telling the truth. Tell the truth.
Set you free, Bookie.
I tell the truth all the time. I have nothing to hate on. I want everybody out here to win, but I want them to do it the right way. Because if you tell people out here you like pump faking and lying and finessing your LinkedIn and your resumes, you got people that's actually doing it the right way, they might feel away. They may go, oh, okay, I'm going to report this person because, shoot, hey, I'm putting in a lot of work and I ain't getting no hits. And this person lied. You know what? Let's humble you. And I want to bring up, if you did manage to get in by line, don't tell the world. Take that to the grave till you get the actual 5 years. Y'all new people that's getting in, everybody don't got to know what you're doing. Don't let the left hand know what the right hand doing. Just keep doing you. Get out this influencer phase of just always wanting to tell everybody what you do, money and all this kind of stuff you're trying to make. I'm telling you, followers don't really amount to money. There's a lot of people that got a lot of followers, but it ain't amounting to money. That little fame or dopamine you want to get, if you want to be a real inspiration, keep it down and tell people to do stuff the right way. I don't care what everybody else doing because, hey, you ain't got the complexion for the protection at the end of the day. And that's all I'm going to say.
You know I got something I want to say.
I know. I ain't going to let you say it. What you want to leave the audience with?
Just be mindful when you do certain things in the industry. Think about others and not just yourself. Because that could also backfire on people who are in the, the hiring roles and like the management, because they can get in trouble for stuff like that. So always be truthful, have integrity, you guys. Integrity is big in the industry. It's big just in general. Have some self-care, care about your reputation, care about your brand. Learn, build, upskill yourself. It's never too late to learn something and get into the tech industry. That's one. But make sure you are positioning yourself in areas that you are aligned with. Don't try to skip, areas and be like, jump into something fast because it sounds good. Take your time, learn, perfect your craft, build, and then wait it out if you have to. Or if it's your season, it's your season. But when it's your time, it's your time. Don't rush anything. That's all I got to say.
I like that. And so, you already told me where they can find Techpreneurship Academy. Where can they follow you?
Brown Skin J on Instagram. And it's Brown Skin JAI. Some people call me Ja. Some people call me J. I don't care. I like them both. Just pick one. But Brown Skin JAI.
All right. And do you got Twitter, TikTok, anything like that?
I don't do no Twitter. I got TikTok, but it's the Brown Skin JAI if you want to follow me on there.
Okay. And y'all already know where y'all can follow me at, but it's been another episode of TechTual Talk. Y'all do subscribe to the Patreon, share this out. Reach out if you're ready to go ahead and get your contracting on. Reach out to me if you need some coaching. And until next time, like I always say, let's stay textual, and we out. Peace.